Alright, y'all, so I just woke up about 30 minutes ago, about to go to church and everything like that, so ignore the hair, haven't showered yet, but I wake up, and what do I see? DeMar DeRozan's on the Sacramento Kings. Now, let's just start the video off talking about this one, because oh boy, do I have some thoughts about this. And it's not a bad thing for the Kings at all. I like this fit, honestly, for the Kings. I'm not sure if there was a better team that was a playoff team, or like a playoff type team, a playoff level team that had a better fit for DeMar DeRozan than this one. Because they've already got some good shooting. They really, their weakest spot was in that wing position. You know what I'm saying? Like, was kind of that three position for them, because you had Harrison Barnes, who had a good year, who was not a bad player at all. But it's like you kind of wanted something else, especially in a loaded Western Conference where there's a lot of wings, where you've got to deal with LeBron, you got to deal with Devin Booker. I mean KD. You got to deal with all these guys that are out there in the West, right? So like, I like this pickup, right? He's a scorer. He's gonna add to their offense that was already really good. 2 years ago, they took a little bit of a step back last year, but the West was simply better last year. I like this pickup. If you're the Kings, you're bringing back a pretty much the same team, a similar team, and then you just add DeMar DeRozan for Harrison Barnes. I love that. If you're the Kings, so here's the deal. It was a sign and trade. They get DeMar DeRozan on a 3-year deal. I think it was like 3-year 47 or 3-year 74 million. That's what it is. So it's a 3-year $47 million deal. Harrison Barnes goes to the Spurs, another vet to help them out. Maybe he can develop some guys like Jeremy Sohan, who doesn't really have the same type of, skill set, but maybe he can develop some Keldon Johnson or something like that, depending on who they decide to keep this offseason and who they don't decide to keep. I thought Keldon Johnson would definitely be gone, but we don't know. That still could be possible. Or that maybe that's something they wait till the trade deadline for. But anyways, San Antonio gets Harrison Barnes, Chris Duarte, who's a good, good point guard. We'll see if he gets any play for them, but he's a good player, good guard for them. 2 second-round picks and then money go to the Bulls. So the Bulls got rid of DeMar DeRozan for 2 second-round picks. So you didn't get any picks from OKC for Josh Giddey. When you traded away Alex Caruso, you got 0 picks, and then you trade away DeMar DeRozan, and you get 2 seconds. I'm really confused. So the Kings are also sending the Spurs a 2031 unprotected pick swap. How did the Spurs get more in this than you do? Am I tweaking? Like, how are the, so here's the haul that you got for the Bulls. If you're the Bulls, here's the haul that you got I'm just trying to do this math in my head, because I must be tripping. Here's the haul that you got for Alex Caruso, one of the best defensive players in the entire league. DeMar DeRozan, like a 6-7-time All-Star, one of the best scorers, especially from the mid-range in this league, one of the most clutch players in this league. You got... Oh, no, Chris Duarte's going to the Bulls. Oh, yay, you got a player, another guard. Maybe you'll play him at the 3. I don't know, because he can play that. But you got Chris Duarte, 2 second-round picks, and Josh Giddey for DeMar DeRozan and Alex Caruso. Yeah, this is an all-time off-season blunder by the Chicago Bulls front office. Like, I can't believe what? You only got what for those 2 players? Those were 2 cornerstone pieces, 2 starters on your team, and you got Chris Duarte, 2 second-round picks, some cash, and Josh Giddey. Like, can we be for real right now, Chicago? I'm not a Bulls fan, but my friend Trevon is. Let me tell you right now, if I were to text him and I were to tell him the package that they got, because he's a Bulls fan, but he's not as locked in, so maybe not know exactly the packages that he got for these players. Like, so you're telling me if I were to text him right now and tell him the package that he got for 2 of his starting players, 2 of the players that are cornerstones on this franchise, you think he'd be happy? If you're a Bulls fan watching this video, are you happy? Let me tell you, if the Raptors did this right here, right now, boy, me and Masai Ujiri would have to have some talks. That's all I'm going to say. Anyways, I'm happy for DeMar DeRozan. He wanted to get out of there. We all knew he was going to get out of there. We all knew that Josh Giddey thing was kind of the last straw for him. He literally came out publicly and said it. He's been out here in Kendrick Lamar music videos and everything like that, was leading a lot of people to think he was going to go back home to LA. I personally wasn't a fan of that, just because I wasn't a fan of the fit. I do think the Lakers need to do something. I'm not tripping over Bronny and Dalton Connect having a bad summer league performance yesterday. Wemby and Brandon Miller had bad summer league performances in their debuts. Like, I simply don't care about that at all. I couldn't care less about it, in fact. I'm more excited for the Olympics to start for basketball and track and everything like that than I am about what's going on in the summer league. I couldn't care if that boy Brian went out there and put up 50 or 0. Either way, I'm not putting too much stock in it. It's a summer league game. So I do think the Lakers need to do something. I think they can't just bring back this team that's pretty much the exact same with the addition of some rookies. I don't think you can do that. especially not with a rookie head coach and JJ Redick, who you know they probably not even going to give the chance that he deserves in terms of the length of his contract and everything like that. Especially if he doesn't perform in the way they want him to perform, because Frank Vogel won a championship, Darvin Ham took him to the conference finals, and them boys still got fired. So, anyways, this isn't a Lakers video. To the Kings, this is a really good move for the Kings. They missed out on a lot of free agents already. There was ways that people were like, how do you even really get better if you're the Kings this offseason? I think they did so. I think you're really happy if you're a Kings fan. The Pacific Division's really good. The West just got even better, which solidifies to me that the Warriors are some of the losers in this, especially because the Warriors are in the same division. Like, that's tough. Warriors lost this offseason. Clippers lost this offseason. Nuggets lost this offseason. Like, these Western teams, Lakers even, low-key, like, these Western teams out here, especially the two that are in the three that are in the same division with the Kings, this just makes your life a lot more difficult. The Kings were already giving the Warriors trouble. The Kings were already a very respectable play-in team. The Kings already just beat the Warriors in the play-in when Klay Thompson went over 10 in an elimination game that you see all over the comments of Instagram and Twitter and everywhere else. And now they just added another player. They just got better. Man, if you're the Warriors, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nuggets, any of these teams out west that didn't have great off-seasons to their standards, even the Suns, you're just looking at your championship window and you're like, yeah, it's cooked. Like, it might be cooked. I'm not going to lie, because OKC's younger and they're only getting better. Dallas still has Luka and Kyrie, and they just added Klay Thompson. They got better. They added some bench pieces too. They got better. I don't know, man. If you're out in the West right now and you're not one of those teams that got better this free agency, that's gotten better so far this offseason, Warriors could still pull off a Lauri Markkanen trade. They do that trade, and I still don't care. If the Warriors do that trade, I still don't think they're going to do much in the West, because it's like, y'all got Steph Curry out there alone, and then Lauri Markkanen, who had an all-star season once 2 years ago when he won Most Improved. Okay, that's not enough in the West. This current West, that's not enough. It's like you got Jokic and Jamal Murray over there. That's enough still to beat Steph and Lauri Markkanen. And that's only two guys. The rest of their team isn't even that good anymore. I don't know, man. Speaking of players, there was three other moves yesterday that kind of happened that were meaningful, that were worth talking about. One of them is very interesting to me. One of them that means absolutely nothing for anybody except for the Milwaukee Bucks, because this just solidifies the fact that they got worse this offseason. Malik Beasley signs a 1-year, $6 million deal with the Pistons. A little surprised he couldn't get any more than that. Like, that's all the league was willing to give him, was a 1-year, $6 million deal. I feel like he could be a really good piece on a contender. But maybe I'm tripping. I just think the potential for him to be a good piece on a contender, like maybe a missing piece, an added shooter. I know he's not a great defender or anything, but he's a good shooter. Malik Beasley, though, on the Pistons, you know, they needed some shooting. It's a good move for the Pistons. It doesn't do a doggone thing for them, but it adds a little more shooting. It doesn't mean I think they're going to be any... It makes them marginally better, which when you're the Pistons and you just were the worst team in the league last year, you'll take marginally better. If you're the Bucks, we knew you were going to lose them. We knew that, but, like, 1 year, $6 million to the Pistons? All right, Milwaukee. Caleb Martin reportedly turned down a 5-year, $65 million offer from the Heat last week. Guess what he just signed? A 4-year, $32 million for the Sixers. Brother, you just blew $30 million? You just lost $30 million in a week. Yeah, okay. Hey, Caleb Martin, I pray this isn't true. I pray this isn't true, because this is an all-time bag fumble. This is a Dennis fumble the bag scrotum level bag fumble. But, good for the Sixers. You needed depth. You needed some more pieces. You got another wing player in Caleb Martin. You love that. If you're a Sixers fan, you love that you got him for that. And you love you didn't have to pay him 5 years, $65 million like the Heat were offering him. All right? You love that. Lord Jesus, Lord, please. I'm hungry. Last deal, Dario Saric, 2-year, $10.6 million contract with the Nuggets. I mean, add some depth, but, like, you just lost KCP and Bruce Brown in back-to-back off seasons. I don't think this is helping you that much. If you still had those pieces, this move would be one of those exterior moves that helps you a little more. Dario Saric was getting DNP coaches' decisions for the Warriors last year from the majority of the second half of the season. The Warriors were a worse team than you last year, and he couldn't get... Okay. Now, I guess they do have more forwards than you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of need somebody that can back up Jokic and Aaron Gordon. I feel you, but, like, at the same time, is he going to be that backup that's that high of a level backup? When it comes to postseason, late in the season, when you need something for seeding or something like that? I don't think so. But hey, you did something. You still are some of my biggest losers this offseason, Denver. Congrats that you got that one championship. You know what I'm saying? The championship is a championship, so I'll never discredit that. But yeah, that window for you looks like it's closing too, because Jokic isn't young. He's not old. He's not like 38, but he's not young either. I don't know. Like I said, West is only getting better. If you're the Thunder, your window just now is opening up. Gotta go take it. Because these other teams in the West with these old heads on them, And these guys that we thought were going to be contenders for the next few years, like the Nuggets and everything like that, their teams are getting worse. We'll see, man. We'll see. I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Pray today, Sunday. Go to church, man. Just go to church. Just like, just entertain the idea of going to church. You know what I'm saying? Just go. Plant the seed. Try. All right. I love y'all.